When it comes to French cheese, two names stand out above the rest: Brie and Camembert. These soft, ripened cheeses are icons of French gastronomy, celebrated worldwide for their creamy interiors and distinctive white, bloomy rinds. At first glance, they might seem nearly identical, but a closer look reveals notable differences in their flavors, textures, and the way they are made. Today, we're exploring the tasting notes and aging processes of Brie and Camembert to uncover what makes each of these cheeses unique and irresistible. Let's start with Brie, often called the Queen of Cheeses. Brie has a long and storied history dating back over 1,000 years, originating in the Île-de-France region just outside Paris. This cheese was a favorite among French royalty and aristocrats, and eventually gained fame across Europe for its luxurious texture and mild, buttery flavor. Brie is typically made in large wheels, 12 to 15 inches in diameter. Its size is one factor influencing its aging process and flavor profile. Brie is known for its smooth, creamy texture and rich, subtle flavors. When young, Brie has a slightly firm and chalky core, surrounded by a softer layer near the rind. At this stage, its taste is mild with a tangy note, complemented by hints of mushrooms and fresh cream. The chalky core disappears as it matures, and the cheese becomes uniformly soft and spreadable. The flavor also deepens, developing nutty and earthy undertones that make it more complex while retaining its delicate buttery essence. The aging process for Brie typically lasts 4 to 6 weeks. During this time, the cheese undergoes a transformation driven by the action of Penicillium candidum, the mold responsible for its signature white rind. This mold creates an environment that encourages the breakdown of proteins and fats within the cheese, a process known as proteolysis. This breakdown softens the cheese and contributes to its creamy texture and nuanced flavor. Larger wheels of Brie ripen more slowly, which helps maintain the cheese's mildness and ensures a luxurious mouthfeel. Now, let's turn our attention to Camembert, Brie's smaller and bolder cousin. Camembert originated in the Normandy region of northern France in the late 18th century. According to legend, a local farmer named Marie Harel developed the cheese with guidance from a priest fleeing persecution during the French Revolution. This cheese quickly became a regional favorite and eventually a symbol of Normandy itself. Unlike Brie, Camembert is made in smaller wheels, typically about 4 inches in diameter, which significantly impacts its aging and flavor. Camembert is renowned for its robust and earthy flavor profile. Its tasting notes include grassy, mushroom-like aromas with a slight tanginess that sets it apart from Brie. When young, Camembert has a firmer texture and milder taste, but as it ages, it transforms into a cheese with a creamy, almost gooey interior and an intensely savory flavor. Some describe fully ripened Camembert as having a slightly barnyard-like aroma, which might sound intimidating, but is a hallmark of its rustic charm and depth. The aging process for Camembert is shorter than that of Brie, usually lasting 3 to 5 weeks. Its smaller size means it ripens faster and more evenly, allowing the Penicillium candidum rind to permeate the cheese more thoroughly. Camembert is often sold in wooden boxes, which help retain moisture and protect the cheese during transport. These boxes also play a role in the aging process, as they create a microclimate that enhances the development of its creamy texture and bold flavor. One key difference between Brie and Camembert lies in their respective production methods. Traditional Brie, especially varieties like Brie de Meaux and Brie de Melun, is often made with raw milk, contributing to its complex and nuanced flavor. Raw milk Brie is subject to strict regulations in France and is prized for its authenticity. Exported Brie is typically made with pasteurized milk to comply with international safety standards, which can slightly alter its flavor. Camembert, too, has traditional and modern variations. Authentic Camembert de Normandy is made with raw milk and adheres to strict guidelines protecting its origin designation. However, many versions of Camembert sold internationally are made with pasteurized milk, which, like pasteurized Brie, affects its taste and texture. Despite these differences, Brie and Camembert maintain their distinct identities as iconic French cheeses. When pairing these cheeses, their unique flavor profiles open up culinary possibilities. Brie's mildness pairs beautifully with light and crisp wines, like Sauvignon Blanc, or sparkling varieties like Champagne or Prosecco. Fresh fruits like apples, pears, and grapes complement its creamy texture, while a drizzle of honey or fig jam can elevate its nutty undertones. Brie is also versatile in cooking, adding richness to dishes like tarts, sandwiches, or even pasta. On the other hand, Camembert's bold and earthy flavor pairs well with heartier accompaniments. It shines alongside earthy red wines like Pinot Noir or a Normandy cider, which echoes its regional roots. Try pairing Camembert with caramelized onions, chutneys, or even crispy bacon for a savory twist. One of the most popular ways to enjoy Camembert is baked. Place the wheel in its wooden box, bake until gooey, and serve with crusty bread for dipping. The result is a comforting, indulgent dish, highlighting the cheese's rich texture and flavor. Ultimately, the choice between Brie and Camembert often comes down to personal preference. Brie is the perfect choice if you enjoy a milder, creamier cheese with a touch of elegance. Its versatility makes it a crowd pleaser on any cheese board or in any recipe. If you prefer a cheese with bold, earthy flavors and a rustic charm, Camembert will win you over. Its smaller size, faster ripening, and intense flavor make it a favorite among those who appreciate a more robust cheese experience. That said, Brie and Camembert are more than just cheeses. They're symbols of French heritage, craftsmanship, and the art of cheesemaking. Each represents their region's unique terroir and traditions, transforming simple ingredients like milk, salt, and thyme into something truly extraordinary. Whether you're spreading Brie on a cracker, dipping bread into molten Camembert, or simply savoring them, you enjoy centuries of history and culinary expertise in every bite. So, next time you find yourself at a cheese counter, take a moment to appreciate the differences between these two classics. Grab one of each and have a tasting session at home. Compare their textures, flavors, and aromas, and discover what makes Brie and Camembert such timeless favorites.